Well, hello there. I'm Pete LaFrance, the old Growler. Welcome to Meeting Expectations. If this is the first time here, what we do is we take a look at a can or a bottle of beer. Sometimes a spirit or wine will drop by. We're all friends in fermentation. We'll read everything that's on the label, take a look at the artwork, see what they're trying to sell us, and crack it open and see if it meets expectations. There's three different things that we do here. For most, what we do, first of all, is if you've seen us always use the same style of glassware. That way, none of the beers have a leg up as far as clarity or aromatics. And speaking of aromatics, most times people will do their tasting. They will take a look at what they're going to taste. They will sniff, sip, and then let you know what they think. Well, I sip first. Why? I'll let wine expert Dax explain it to you right up there. He does a lot better than I do. Also, all beers should be served at the correct temperature. Ales 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit and lagers 37 to 47 degrees Fahrenheit. The folks at ThermoWorks sent me a copy of their lollipop thermometer. That's what I use to test all of my beers. There is a link in the description box below for more information. All right, what do we have here today? We have, now, this is an incredibly, I hope you can see this is an incredibly complex label on here. I was flabbergasted as to how to read it. So I had to go to the website and see what it was named, and I can understand possibly why they would want it to be difficult to read, because they call it yellow moss. Now, I'm not quite too sure how to take a title of a beer called Yellow Moss, but I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. It is, let's see, from Hop Butcher for the World. And the tasting notes here are fresh citrus, light pine, and pink grapefruit. All right. www.hopbutcher.com, all one word. Artwork by Dan Grzeca, Grzeca. Brewed and canned by Hop Butcher for the World in Chicago, Illinois, and Bedford Park, Illinois. Government warning: I shouldn't be a pregnant woman or operating heavy machinery. Citra, Simcoe, and Amarillo-hopped double India Pale Ale, 7.5% by volume. All right, well, as I say, where they came up with the yellow moss as far as the name goes, I don't know. But Citra, okay, there's your lemon. Simcoe, I do believe, is kind of a funky type of fruit. A Amarillo is kind of spicy, so we're looking Citra, spicy and a little funky. A double India Pale Ale, which is high up there in the alcohol. Well, it's not too bad, it's 7.5. The question that I have in my mind is it going to be hazy? All right, well, that's the only question I've got. But so we'll crack it open and see if it gives us a kind of a lemony, funky, spicy, powerful India Pale Ale. Oh, it's an excitable beer. All right, here we go. Okay, it's a hazy one. I am not surprised anymore. I'm beginning to think that brewers have forgotten how to use a filtration system, but that's just a thought. All right, since it is an IPA, it should be between 50 and 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's take a look. It is 51.5 degrees Fahrenheit, so it is positioned exactly, as far as temperature anyway, for a perfect tasting. All right. So it's at the perfect temp. It's in the right glass. It looks like an IPA. Let's see if it tastes like one. Cheers. You'll notice I took 2 sips. The reason is that the first one was waking up the taste buds. They're notorious for sleeping late. Yeah, I know it's in the afternoon here in Brooklyn, but they sleep late. The second one was to give them something to think about, but now we're going in for the nosedive. I tell you, there's some pineapple in there. That's an interesting. Let me go back in. A touch of pineapple, and I don't get much at all of spice. So let's see what the taste buds think. This is a 5-second beer, and I mean by what that is you take a sip, you sniff, you take a sip, and you gotta wait 5 seconds before the flavors start to go, hello there. And there's a lot more going on there than you would expect. Okay, it is a lush beer. It's not thick. It looks thick, but it is not. It is got a nice refreshing mouthfeel. But the flavor combination of the hops, the malt is very frothy. It reminds me similar to if it would be a wheat beer in that frothiness. And again, the hops come up. It takes a while. It's if I thought my taste buds were lazy, well, these hops are even lazier, and yet they're effective. In the end, they win. It's a thin win, and the hops do thin out, but boy, they hang around a long time. All right, well, I wasn't quite knowing what to expect with Yellow Moss. I was too preoccupied with the name. I tried to decipher the hop content here, and I just missed the mark myself. But does Yellow Moss from Hop Butcher of the World meet expectations? I'm going to take another look back here at their tasting notes, and they say fresh citrus, pink grapefruit, and light pine. I got the grapefruit, all right. That was okay, that's a score. Yep, all right. So does Yellow Moss meet expectations? Apparently, it certainly did. If you enjoyed this presentation, please click on the subscribe button and the thumbs up. Share us, that would be really great, and a comment would be really appreciated. I'm Pete LaFrance, the Old Growler, hoping all of your beers meet expectations.